Gentlemen, understanding human behavior, especially in complex situations like attraction, requires observation, respect, and emotional intelligence. Today, we're discussing a sensitive yet important topic: how to recognize certain signs of attraction from a married woman. This isn't about encouraging inappropriate behavior, but rather about helping men read social cues responsibly. By being aware of these signals, you can navigate interactions respectfully and avoid misunderstandings. When a married woman gives you undivided attention, it is one of the clearest signs that she feels a special connection with you. Attention, in its purest form, is a reflection of interest, admiration, and emotional engagement. It is different from casual politeness or simple friendliness. When she consistently focuses on you, listens to every word you say, and responds thoughtfully, it shows that your presence matters to her in a way that goes beyond mere social interaction. This attention is not just about hearing your words, it is about truly understanding you, noticing your moods, and responding in ways that make you feel valued and acknowledged. One way this undivided attention manifests is through the way she communicates with you. When she talks to you, she makes eye contact that feels intentional and sincere. Her body language is open and inviting, showing that she is fully present in the moment with you. She avoids distractions, whether that means putting her phone aside or turning her focus away from others in the room. In a world where attention is fragmented and often divided among multiple responsibilities, the act of being fully present is a meaningful signal. It tells you that, for a brief moment, you are her priority. She listens not just to respond, but to understand. She remembers the small details you share, the little anecdotes, and even your personal quirks, and brings them up in later conversations, showing that your words matter and resonate with her. This attention is often paired with emotional attunement. She notices subtle changes in your mood and responds accordingly, whether with a comforting word, a supportive gesture, or a light-hearted comment to make you smile. This level of awareness does not happen by accident. It is a conscious or subconscious choice to connect deeply with someone. When a married woman is willing to give this kind of attention, it indicates that she feels safe and interested enough to invest emotionally, even if she is navigating the boundaries of her marital relationship. Emotional engagement like this requires vulnerability, and sharing that vulnerability with someone outside her marriage signals a particular level of comfort and attraction. Another aspect of undivided attention is how she engages in conversations with you. She asks thoughtful questions, seeks your opinions, and encourages you to share your perspective. She does not just skim the surface of topics or engage in small talk. Instead, she dives into meaningful dialogue that strengthens the sense of intimacy and personal connection. The questions she asks may seem casual, but they are often designed to understand your values, dreams, and experiences. This is a sign that she values your individuality and wants to create a connection that goes beyond superficial interaction. She remembers what you say, references it later, and shows genuine curiosity about your life. This kind of attention is rare, and when it comes from someone who is already committed elsewhere, it stands out even more. Her attentiveness may also extend to actions that go beyond verbal communication. She may subtly adjust her schedule or priorities to spend time with you, demonstrating that your presence is worth the effort. Even small gestures, such as pausing her own tasks to respond to your message, offering to help you with something, or finding moments to be near you in social settings, reflect the importance she places on your connection. Undivided attention is not limited to dramatic or obvious acts. It is often seen in these consistent, thoughtful actions that communicate care, interest, and attraction. It is important to recognize that attention from a married woman is a complex signal. It does not automatically imply romantic intent, and it must be interpreted with care and respect for her boundaries and commitments. However, consistent, undivided attention, especially when combined with emotional engagement, curiosity about your life, and subtle gestures of consideration, is difficult to ignore. It represents a deep level of focus on you as an individual and a desire to create meaningful interactions that resonate on a personal level. Men who can recognize and understand this behavior should approach it with empathy, respect, and clarity, ensuring that they are aware of both the social and emotional dynamics at play. When a married woman gives you undivided attention, it often makes you feel seen, understood, and valued in a way that is rare and impactful. It can create a sense of connection that lingers long after the conversation ends, leaving a lasting impression of warmth and closeness. Recognizing this behavior helps you understand the nuances of human interaction and emotional signaling. It reminds us that attention is a powerful tool of connection, and when given consciously and intentionally, it communicates far more than words alone can convey. Ultimately, undivided attention is a reflection of the importance she places on you, and it is a subtle yet unmistakable sign that she feels drawn to you in a meaningful way, even if she never explicitly says so. When a married woman finds reasons to communicate with you frequently, it is often a strong indicator of her interest and emotional investment. Frequent communication goes beyond casual greetings or obligatory responses. It is a deliberate effort to maintain connection and stay present in your life. In today's world, where time is precious and distractions are constant, choosing to reach out regularly signals that she values your presence and wants to create a continuous line of engagement. This pattern of behavior is subtle yet powerful, and it can reveal a lot about her feelings towards you. Frequent communication can take many forms. It may be through phone calls, text messages, social media interactions, or even in-person conversations. The key is consistency and intentionality. She may send messages just to check on how you are doing, share something that reminded her of you, or simply say hello without a particular reason. While some of these interactions might appear casual, the underlying motivation is often rooted in interest. She wants to stay connected with you, to be a part of your daily thoughts, and to create a sense of closeness that goes beyond ordinary friendship. One noticeable aspect of frequent communication is the timing and context of her messages. She may reach out during moments when she knows you are available, showing awareness of your schedule and preferences. She might initiate conversations in situations where interaction isn't necessary, such as sending a quick message about a movie she watched or an article she read, knowing it will spark a dialogue between you. These efforts indicate that she is thinking about you even when you are not physically present, and that your engagement is a priority in her mind. Another way this behavior manifests is through responsiveness. A married woman who is attracted to you will often respond promptly to your messages, not merely out of courtesy, but because she wants to sustain the conversation and maintain a connection. She may ask follow-up questions, remember past discussions, or comment on small details you've mentioned previously. This responsiveness reflects attentiveness and a desire to nurture the relationship in a subtle, ongoing manner. It is a sign that she wants to be part of your life consistently rather than just appearing occasionally. The content of her communication is also telling. She may share personal stories, insights, or opinions that invite deeper dialogue. By doing so, she signals trust and openness, creating a space for emotional intimacy. When a married woman chooses to open up and communicate regularly, It reflects a level of comfort and attraction. She is consciously or subconsciously seeking to bond with you through conversation, knowing that words can bridge distance and build a sense of familiarity and closeness. Frequent communication becomes a tool to express interest without overtly crossing boundaries, allowing her to maintain connection while gauging your reactions and engagement. It is important to recognize the distinction between friendly interaction and intentional communication driven by attraction. While many people are naturally communicative and sociable, the patterns exhibited by someone who is genuinely interested often include consistency, thoughtfulness, and subtle personalization. She may remember details you mentioned weeks ago and bring them up casually, demonstrating that she pays attention and values your experiences. She might also find humor or comfort in small exchanges, using these interactions to create a sense of warmth and rapport. These behaviors indicate that communication is not merely transactional, but emotionally motivated. Frequent communication also often involves creating opportunities for shared experiences. She may suggest discussing certain topics, watching the same movie, or sharing recommendations, all as a way to maintain engagement and connection. These gestures, though seemingly small, reflect a desire to be intertwined in your life in meaningful ways. Even if the interactions are light-hearted or seemingly trivial, the underlying intention is to remain connected and to establish a bond that feels unique and personal. Understanding this behavior requires awareness of social and emotional context. Frequent communication from a married woman can be complex, and it should always be approached with respect for her commitments and boundaries. Recognizing the signs does not mean acting on them irresponsibly. Rather, it allows you to appreciate the nuances of human connection and the subtle ways attraction can manifest. Men who observe these patterns should exercise emotional intelligence, respecting the signals while maintaining ethical boundaries. Ultimately, when a married woman finds reasons to communicate with you frequently, it is a clear sign that she values your presence, enjoys your interactions, and feels a personal connection that she wants to nurture. This behavior reflects more than casual friendship. It demonstrates a consistent effort to remain involved in your life, share experiences, and create emotional closeness. Recognizing this pattern helps you understand the depth of her interest and the subtle ways she expresses attraction without overt declarations, making frequent communication a powerful indicator of her feelings and intentions. When a married woman uses subtle, flirtatious behavior, it can be one of the most telling signs of her attraction. Flirtation is not always loud or overt. Often, it is expressed in quiet, nuanced ways that reveal interest without crossing explicit boundaries. Subtle gestures, playful comments, and certain patterns of body language can all signal that she feels a personal connection and wants to express it in a way that is both intriguing and carefully measured. Understanding these cues requires attentiveness, emotional awareness, and an appreciation of the finer shades of human interaction. One of the most common ways subtle flirtation appears is through body language. She may lean in slightly when talking to you, maintain longer than usual eye contact, or adjust her posture in a way that conveys openness and attentiveness. Small touches, such as a brief hand on your arm during conversation or a light tap on the shoulder, may feel casual, but they are often intentional ways to create closeness. These gestures are rarely accidental. They are a nonverbal language through which she communicates interest and comfort. Even the way she smiles, whether a soft, knowing smile or a playful grin, can indicate that she enjoys your presence more than a casual acquaintance might. Flirtation can also manifest through verbal cues. She may compliment you, but not in a superficial way. Her comments are specific and personal, highlighting traits or actions that she genuinely notices and appreciates. Playful teasing is another common form. By joking with you, she creates a sense of intimacy while testing boundaries in a light-hearted way. These verbal signals, combined with laughter and engagement, convey warmth and attraction. Often, the tone of her voice, the way she phrases sentences, or the subtle hints in her choice of words can reveal a deeper level of interest that goes beyond ordinary conversation. Attention to detail is another hallmark of subtle flirtation. She may remember small things you mentioned days or weeks earlier and bring them up naturally in conversation. This shows that she listens actively and values the things that are important to you. She may also tailor her interactions to reflect your preferences, making small adjustments in behavior, topics, or timing to create connection and shared enjoyment. These actions indicate that she is not only attentive, but also emotionally invested in maintaining a bond. Subtle, flirtatious behavior often includes a sense of playfulness and exclusivity. She may create moments that feel private, even in public settings, sharing jokes, personal observations, or light teasing that only the two of you understand. This creates a sense of intimacy that sets your interactions apart from her interactions with others. It's a careful dance of engagement that communicates attraction without overtly crossing lines, allowing her to explore feelings while maintaining discretion. Her flirtation may also appear in her social behavior. She might seek opportunities to be near you, initiate conversations in group settings, or find reasons to spend time with you alone, even briefly. These behaviors are subtle yet deliberate, reflecting a desire to create shared moments and foster a connection. Often, this is paired with a heightened responsiveness to your presence or actions as she gauges your reactions and adapts her behavior accordingly. The subtlety is key. It is not about grand gestures, but about consistent, understated signals that communicate interest over time. It's important to recognize the difference between harmless friendliness and flirtatious behavior. While many people are naturally warm and engaging, subtle flirtation often carries an underlying intention or emotional undertone. The combination of eye contact, physical gestures, playful verbal exchanges, attention to personal details, and a sense of emotional attunement creates a pattern that is difficult to ignore. Men who are attentive to these signals can understand when a married woman is expressing interest in a way that is both conscious and cautious. Subtle flirtation is powerful because it creates a sense of connection and emotional tension that is engaging and memorable. It allows her to communicate attraction in a way that feels safe, controlled, and socially acceptable while still signaling her personal interest. This type of behavior often strengthens bonds, creates shared experiences, and deepens emotional intimacy without overtly challenging existing commitments. Recognizing these signs helps in understanding human behavior and the ways attraction can manifest beyond obvious declarations. Ultimately, when a married woman uses subtle, flirtatious behavior, it indicates that she is drawn to you and is interested in creating a unique personal connection. These behaviors are nuanced, intentional, and emotionally resonant, reflecting a desire to engage, connect, and be remembered in meaningful ways. Observing this behavior with awareness and respect allows you to recognize her interest while maintaining ethical boundaries, understanding that flirtation is as much about emotional connection as it is about attraction, and sometimes the smallest gestures speak louder than words ever could. When a married woman shares her personal thoughts and emotions with you, it is one of the clearest indicators that she feels a deep level of trust and connection. Emotional sharing is not something people do lightly. It requires vulnerability, comfort, and a sense of safety with the person they are opening up to. When she chooses to confide in you about her experiences, feelings, or even small daily struggles, it shows that she values your presence and perceives you as someone who can understand and support her emotionally. This behavior often signals attraction because sharing personal thoughts is a way to build intimacy and strengthen a bond. One way this manifests is through conversations that go beyond superficial topics. While everyday interactions may involve casual talk about the weather or work, she might take the opportunity to reveal her inner thoughts, her dreams, frustrations, or even insecurities. By doing this, she creates a sense of closeness that is distinct from normal friendship. She trusts that you will listen without judgment and that your responses will reflect understanding, empathy, and sometimes even validation. This is a powerful form of connection because it opens a door to emotional intimacy, something that most people reserve for those they feel a special bond with. Sharing emotions also allows her to express parts of herself that she might not feel comfortable showing to others. She may talk about personal challenges she faces at home, her ambitions, or moments when she felt vulnerable. By revealing these layers of her life, she communicates that she wants to be seen as a complete person beyond the surface level. The act of opening up is inherently intimate, and when a married woman does this, it shows a level of attraction because she is choosing to include you in her inner world, a space that is usually private and reserved for those who matter most. This behavior is often accompanied by attentiveness to your reactions. She shares her thoughts with care, noticing how you respond emotionally, verbally, or through gestures. If you show understanding or empathy, it reinforces her sense of trust and encourages further sharing. Over time, this creates a cycle of connection where both of you feel emotionally engaged and involved in each other's lives, even if your relationship remains within socially acceptable boundaries. The sharing of emotions in this way is not random. It is a subtle but deliberate method of forming a personal and emotional connection. The frequency and depth of her emotional sharing are also significant. She may choose to communicate daily thoughts, small victories, or disappointments as a way to maintain a sense of closeness. Even when the topics seem minor, the act of sharing signals that she values your input and wants you to be a part of her life. These small, consistent disclosures gradually build a foundation of intimacy and make you feel included in her emotional world. This is a clear sign that she is attracted to your understanding, presence, and the way you make her feel heard. Nonverbal cues often accompany this sharing of emotions. Her tone of voice, the expressions on her face, and her gestures can all indicate that she feels comfortable and safe with you. She may seek your gaze, smile softly while revealing something personal, or pause to gauge your reaction. These subtle cues amplify the message that she is emotionally connecting with you, and they make her openness feel sincere and heartfelt. When a married woman combines verbal sharing with these nonverbal signs, it strongly suggests a personal attachment and attraction. It is important to approach this behavior with sensitivity. Emotional sharing from a married woman should be respected, and understanding it does not mean acting on it irresponsibly. Recognizing her willingness to open up can help you appreciate the depth of human connection, empathy, and trust, while also keeping in mind ethical boundaries. Men who notice this behavior should respond with kindness, active listening, and respect, acknowledging her feelings without exploiting the trust she has placed in them. Ultimately, when a married woman shares personal thoughts and emotions, it demonstrates a level of attraction and connection that goes beyond casual interaction. It shows that she trusts you, values your perspective, and feels emotionally safe in your presence. By revealing her inner world, she signals that she wants to be understood and appreciated as a person, creating a bond that is both meaningful and significant. This openness is one of the most powerful ways someone can communicate attraction without using words explicitly, and it reflects a desire for connection, understanding, and mutual emotional engagement, reminding us that true intimacy begins with trust and heartfelt communication. In conclusion, understanding these signs is not about encouraging inappropriate relationships, but about being aware of human emotions and social signals. When a married woman gives you undivided attention, communicates frequently, uses subtle flirtatious behavior, or shares personal thoughts and emotions, she is revealing that she feels a connection with you, an emotional closeness that is meaningful and powerful. Recognizing these signs allows you to navigate relationships with sensitivity, respect, and awareness. True maturity lies in acknowledging attraction without acting impulsively, in valuing trust and boundaries, and in responding with empathy and understanding. By being observant, responsible, and respectful, you can build connections that honor both human emotions and ethical considerations, ensuring that interactions remain meaningful, thoughtful, and respectful for everyone involved.